Khalil. This ain't no fake news, ain't no clowning around. It's the real with Khalil, yeah, the truth is in the sound. The mission, dropping knowledge with no fiction. If you got a minute, sit down and have a listen. From the field to the screens, yeah, we keeping it raw. Real talk, real lessons, addressing every flaw. Life hits hard, and it causes real pain. But out of the struggle, there always comes real change. We dig deep, pulling stories from the core. Vulnerability, truth, transparency, and so much more. So tune in close, let the wisdom expand. It's not only a podcast, it's a helping hand. It's the real with Khalil.
And
my guy, appreciate you having me, man.
Bro, it's been dope, bro. All these years of knowing each other.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
It's been a long time. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that, man. I just got goosebumps thinking about how much time I spent, how much time we spent together, bro. It's crazy. Like all through our 20s, man. It's crazy. Like grew up together. That's some real shit. That's real shit, man.
Yeah.
Real shit, bro. It's crazy. All right, here we go, man. Welcome to The Real with Khalil, your podcast for real talk, real lessons with real people for real change. On The Real, we keep it real. We dig deep, pulling stories from the core, vulnerability, truth, transparency, and so much more. Today, I get to bring on my boy. You heard us talking a little bit. I got here in 2003.
Okay.
And when did you get here?
02.
02. So you were here 1 year prior, right?
Right before, yeah.
And so I met Damien. I don't know, probably within a week of being in Arizona.
I mean, we got a mutual friend.
Yeah.
So
Marcel was the one who shouted him out, who nominated him the very first episode. So that's how Damien got on. I actually asked him before he was even nominated to be on.
Or brother, mutual brother.
Yeah, for sure. That's family right there. So we've been knowing each other, bro, now. So 2003, that's 21, 22 years?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, bro.
And we acted like brothers.
Yeah, all the time. It's refreshing to roll in and, so I'll get to this. I'm gonna get to this, but make sure I get back to this. I'm gonna say it right now, actually, because I might forget. It's refreshing to roll into a place and see people, meet people. Damien played NFL football, and I'm just a regular employee at a job. But you never treated me weird. And I mentioned this to you before in passing. Never treated me like, oh, you're not a football player. You're not in the NFL. Like it was always love, man. I just appreciate you always being the same dude, man. No matter where you were the same person. And I think it's odd to find people that are consistent in the way they show up.
No,
right?
I appreciate that. And I think it was initially like how Marcel welcomed me, being a new environment, not really knowing what's happening, but you want to make the team. And, I saw a lot of, I'd say activities, how he moved, you know what I mean? How he basically was a guy on the team and earned a spot.
Right.
And then the family that he had around him, a lot of people transitioned from East Coast. You were one of them. So, we got to connect. So it was just like a brotherhood and remained that way. And I think, as they say, iron sharpens iron.
Man, it's real talk, man. It's real talk. It's an honor to have you on the show, man. I mean, no two ways about it, man. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? One of those things. So Damien, is Ramon or Ramon. That sounds about right. That sounds right. Damien and Ramon Anderson, hometown, Posen, and then Wilmington, Illinois, Chicago suburbs.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful accolades, DA. So consensus collegiate All-American, Big Ten champion, single season leading rusher, over 2,000 yards. Man, that's incredible. Number 2 all-time in Northwestern school history in rushing yards. That's incredible, man. So only other person I know that went there was Autry. Is he number 1?
No, he's down the list.
Oh yeah, okay,
yeah.
Got it.
Justin Jackson, I believe is his
Justin
name.
Jackson, okay.
Yeah. He played for a minute. He played for I think he finishes the career with the Lions, but played with the Chargers. But he played for, had a nice little stint.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. It's cool. Who was your coach when you were there?
I had Barnett and Randy Walker.
Okay, got it. I'm trying to remember those teams. I remember there's the purple helmets with the N on them. It was so iconic. But y'all had that surge in the 2000s, early 2000s. That I remember pay attention. You guys were all, to me it was like you guys didn't exist, and all of a sudden you guys were
No, yeah, no.
Who the hell's his team?
That's what it was. I mean, growing up in Chicago, seeing Midwest football, it was Notre Dame, Michigan, and Illinois. And Nebraska, too. My high school coach was from Nebraska.
Got it.
So, like, that was paramount. Everything that we watched their highlight films, we would go to their camps, and we wanted to be a mini Nebraska.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, and they had success, so why wouldn't you replicate that?
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Copy the right cat.
And it also showed you what it was and what it wasn't. Like, you went to their camp, you saw them dudes, it was like, you ain't it.
It was a different level.
You need to step your, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Say less. I know what to do, go back and, you know what I mean, take notes, whatever.
That's real.
And then throughout the journey, had some success and had decisions to make. And my mom's a teacher.
Right.
And it was close to home, yet far enough away. They couldn't see me every day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
But great academics, and they were competitive, so it made sense.
Great academics, man. That's the one thing I knew about Northwestern was that they're academics. NFL alumni, CFL alumni, college grad, MBA, Master's in Business Administration.
Yes, sir.
Man, husband, father, son, brother, and a dear friend, I say to me as well, man. I do appreciate that. Personal accomplishments, being a present husband and dad. Interests are traveling, gym, makes sense. Doing nothing, which is a big deal. I think a lot of people lose the art of doing nothing. Reading autobiographies, Netflix documentaries, and any Adam Sandler movies.
Say less.
Have you met Adam Sandler? I feel like he's like one of the people that's like readily available or accessible.
Not to me.
Nah, yeah. He just seems like he's always.
I mean, he's made enough movies that everybody feel like
they know him. Yeah, for sure. I think he's really transparent too in the way he shows up, for sure. And then I have some of your quotes. I was asking them what are their favorite quotes or some of your memorable quotes. Comparison's the thief of all joy. I think that's a major one. Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. It's funny, man, because most people only know the beginning part of that quote, man. Jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Education means emancipation. It means light and liberty. It means the uplifting of the soul of a man into a glorious light of truth, the light by which men can only be made free. And that is Frederick Douglass.
Yeah, bro.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast. My guy, DA, aka Damien Ramon. Ramon, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Damien Ramon Anderson, my guy, 20 plus years. And so we always start off the podcast with a quick 6 questions, man. And I always like to ask this one, what's your favorite music genre?
I mean, hip hop.
Okay, hip hop. And you know what's coming next is your Mount Rushmore. I want to know your Mount Rushmore. So what's the 4? What's your top 4? Now this is your top 4. So you know, no shade in the comments, but what's your top 4, bro?
I mean, I'm from Chicago.
Okay, okay. We about to hear something new. I
mean, I'm loyal.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm gonna go with Twista.
Okay.
Like psychodrama, do or die.
Okay.
I mean, Outkast.
Yeah.
In terms of lyricists, bro, like, I mean, I was probably on like a pivotal point of my life, to keep it real.
Okay.
Probably like the last 7, 8, 9 years. Nipsey. Like I felt like
Nipsey Hussle. Yeah.
I felt like it's like he's just speaking real life, and if you listen, I mean, there's a lot of life lessons.
Got it.
With like what to focus on.
With Nip, yeah, man. No way. So you got Twista. Did you put Do or Die in there? You mean like a sub of Twista?
They all together. Man.
Okay, so then you got Twista / Do or Die. That's one.
Yeah.
Then you said Nipsey.
Yeah.
And then who was the other?
Outkast.
Outkast. Yeah. Amazing group.
Yeah.
And then you got one more. Who the final head on the Mount Rushmore?
I'm gonna go with your uncle, bro.
Who's my uncle, bro?
LL, bro. I'm not trying to be old. I'm trying to be funny right now. I'm gonna go the future of the funk, bro. I'm gonna go.
Oh man,
I'm gonna go.
I haven't heard that in a while.
Yes,
man.
you have.
I haven't heard it in a while.
Yes, you have, bro. Yes, you have, dog. Come on.
Ladies love Cool
Todd.
James.
Todd.
James Todd Smith.
Todd.
All right, so I like your Mount Rushmore, my guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong, bro.
Yeah.
I really listen to anything, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me like whatever catches my ear. I try not to, be in one simple genre. Like, man, bro, like I'm on country right now.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, bro. Like,
really?
You know what I mean? I'm all about like positivity in my life right
for
now.
sure, for sure.
So, and I feel like that at times, certain genres could get dark.
Quick.
And that's not the energy I want.
Quick, man. I appreciate that so much. And I want to say this to our audience as well, is everything you consume is your diet. Everything you consume is your diet.
Man, yeah.
And so oftentimes, man, like I don't even like to get stuck in our era. You get what I'm saying to you? Like I don't want to be like, oh, well, you know, we was going out from, let's say, 2000 to 2015. Let's just say that. Let's just say that's the run. I'll enjoy 2015 music, but I don't want to be like, oh, let's put on the same. I don't want to listen to that anymore. Like there's a time and place, but I don't want to listen to, you know, the Locks, you know, Money, Power, Respect every single time I'm around. Like I want to listen to everything.
But I mean, I think as a father, bro, it's so different.
Okay.
Because you're just seeing how, like you're an example of your kids.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. So if you hear, you know, P popping jacking, you know what I mean? And I'm just like,
that makes sense.
Don't get me wrong, it might have a dope beat.
Right.
You in the whip, you know?
Right.
But then you listen to the words, like, let me skip that. You know what I mean?
No substance.
Especially with the daughter, bro. Like, I mean, I feel like, don't get me wrong, that daughter, son, whatever it is, I just feel like you got to navigate these planes with well intentions. Otherwise, there's just a lot of traps out here. So I just try to be mindful of everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'll throw on some Thug in the backyard. You know what I mean? You've been to the crib.
I've been to the crib.
Like me and the neighbors over the, you know what I mean? May exchange, you know, like, you know, reggae.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, Bob Marley can't go wrong. But,
can't go wrong, Bob.
I mean, but so you can let that ride. You know what I mean? And not worry about that it's going to have some, you know, controversial.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Worry about the audience that is around. It's just good. You vibe out and enjoy the space that you're in.
I'm big on that, man. I'm big on that, EA. Always mindful of what you consume in the sense of like, music for sure, but I'm a big Bob Marley fan as well, man. So I'm gonna guess your favorite sport is football, but I'll ask just to make sure. Is your favorite sport football, or do you have a different sport that's your favorite sport?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, football.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you this, man. This is the new one. So we asked this on the last podcast with Jeremy Bridges. Shout out to Jeremy Bridges, also former Cardinal as well. So since your favorite sport is NFL, I'm gonna ask you to give me. This is your lineup, okay? You get one quarterback all time, you get one running back, and you get two wide receivers. Who are you putting on your team? Quarterback, running back, two wide receivers. Who's on your squad?
I mean, Tom Brady.
Okay, Tom Brady, the quarterback.
I mean, you can't go against the rings.
Yep.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Yep.
Did you say receivers?
Yes, two receivers.
Two receivers.
Yep, you get two receivers.
I mean, you can't go against Jerry Rice. He wrote the record books.
True story.
And I mean, it's a toss-up because I played with both Anquan and Larry.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Larry was the best pure receiver.
Okay.
Anquan was the best athlete I've ever played
Larry
with.
Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden. That's who you're referencing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you got Jerry Rice.
But I'm gonna go with Randy Moss.
Bro, I'm
Randy Moss.
I'm going Randy Moss. When they asked mine, Randy Moss was
best football player,
bro.
Anquan Bolden.
Anquan Bolden. I just watched a little thing on him when it was a little YouTube short, and he was talking about how when he first got to Arizona, he was like, I don't want to lose anymore. Like, I'm not used to losing.
Yeah.
Like, he had a fury about that. He was talking about that on the podcast. So shout out to Anquan Bolden, shout out to Larry Fitzgerald. I like your lineup, man. I like your lineup for sure. If I was to ask you what your favorite food is, your last meal, what would it be?
Favorite food?
Favorite food or last meal? Like, you can design it, your meal, or you can, it can be one from one place.
I mean, I'm simple.
Okay.
I mean,
what you about to say?
I'm simple. Like, so, I mean, I could eat like Chipotle. You know what I mean? I could slap on that. But I mean, if I'm gonna just go with old school, like home cooking, like, I mean, it could be anything from the Mrs. Stuffed Peppers, Pop's ribs, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm a simple guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like good quality food, like a solid salad. Like, I try to be mindful of, we talked about what I eat and conscious of that, but food tastes good, man.
Yeah, man.
I could have a bad McDonald's day,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Listen, I didn't have them all, bro.
I could get the 20-piece, the Big Mac, and the large Coke.
That's
and
doing
fried.
it. That's.
That's.
When's the last time you had McDonald's?
I try to like twice a year.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to say the same thing, man.
And it's just usually like a bad day.
Yeah. We were going to a concert way out on the west side. And we were like, yo, we need to eat before we go on the concert. You ain't even trying to pay for nachos, $75 for some nachos. We're like, what's around?
Yeah.
It was a Carl's Jr. on this side and a McDonald's on that side.
Yeah.
So I had me a double quarter pounder with cheese, man. No pickles,
delicious.
no onions. What? Was it
Delicious.
Was it fine dining, bro? I ate that thing so slow, it was outstanding, man.
But you've probably been to some, you've had a successful life. So kudos to you.
I appreciate that, man.
I know that you're
I
here with a
appreciate
lot of us, and like what gets undermined a bit is that I know that, you talk with a lot of, people that have reached certain statuses in their life, especially, athletics from some of the podcasts and shows that I've seen.
Yes.
But for a person to come, I didn't know that you never knew any other people. You know what I mean? Like my point is that you did it all by yourself.
I appreciate that, man.
You grinded, you worked
that.
hard. You never asked me for money.
No, I never asked you for no money.
So but to do that, kudos to you.
I appreciate
bro. What's
that.
respect?
I sincerely appreciate that.
And you've been
man.
doing it, like you just been out there grinding, making it happen, being everywhere, being mad successful, bro. So, kudos to you, bro.
That means a lot, man.
I know we never talk about it, always give each other.
Man. We always just mess
we always mess around and give each other shit. But really respect you for that, bro. Like I said,
that means it means a lot, DA. It means a lot, bro. I don't think other people understand. It's a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Bro. I appreciate that. Even right now, reinventing.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, I think it's something that we miss often. And this is, a lot of times the premise behind the podcast is that we don't have these conversations. We don't be like, yo, man, great job. Like, especially not just for men, but women as well. Like, hey, you're doing a great job. Like, good job on standing or kicking ass or showing up or being resilient. Like, those conversations don't happen. So I definitely appreciate it. And I'll say this as well. You and Marcel were living a lifestyle playing for the Cardinals that I desired. I think you had a Denali at the time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that so vividly because I wanted one so bad. Mm. And then I think it was white, if I'm not mistaken. White Denali. So that's how bro, when I say like ingrained in me, bro, like I wasn't expecting to be this emotional about it, but it was so ingrained in me watching you guys live away. And I was like, how can I ever live like that? Like, how can I ever live a way where I'm not going to play the NFL?
Yeah.
But you guys were giving me examples and glimpses. Marcel's red Lexus with the Superman seats. Yeah, bro. Right.
Yeah.
But those glimpses in the beginning, man, and were big. And I remember even one time being like, deciding like, we would all meet at the Osco drug off of Ray, and then we would go. And I remember being like, man, I get to be in these cars with these guys. Like it was a beautiful thing to me, man. So anyway, I want to say thank you for that as well, man. Thanks for the recognition.
No, of course,
it means a lot. Like, it means a lot.
Yeah, you did your thing, bro. You are doing your thing. Like I said, it is commendable. And I think normally a lot of people have help. And I think in our culture, you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
It's expected. And like, especially for me, it wasn't a lot of, attaboys and
for sure.
Great job.
Right.
It was just like, and I don't, necessarily, blame my parents. It was like, I just know from achieving success, like they would be proud, but it was like certain things like be seen, not heard.
Yeah.
That was a type of the, culture, but I saw a smile on their face and I feel like you came from that same cloth to see you out there grinding. Like you weren't going to accept mediocrity. And you were always gonna, work to do great things. It didn't
feel right. It didn't feel like being around you guys. I didn't understand how some guys would get a leg up. Like I lived with Marcel my first couple years of living in Arizona. Yeah. Well, that was my leg up. That's all he needed to really do for me.
Yeah.
Hey, here's your leg up. Yeah, he exposed
you.
me. And here's some people that I know. Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's you did more than enough. So I just appreciate that, man. Thank you for that, bro. I wasn't expecting that today. Not that I wasn't or was, but I just wasn't. I appreciate it, man.
Just facts.
I appreciate it. Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
I always start this off with, what are you grateful for today?
What am I grateful for today, man? Just life. Life. I mean, family. Kids, parents. Second chance, bro. Just to be present.
Yeah.
To understand everything the journey that I went through. To be, here. Like knowing that every day isn't going to be perfect.
Right. Right.
But just appreciating just the, stacking days, the small wins, just to be able to get up, There was, a time that I was in a, car accident, over 20 years ago, touch and go for, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, man.
And and I don't think that, because when you're in it, you talk about, playing, and when you're in it and you're trying to provide for your family, you can't really process the moment. And it's not until years later where you're like, holy shit. Like what you just went through. So for me, just to be like every day, like and don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm, celebrate internally. I am, because that's just, who I am. But just every day, like I feel like I'm fortunate. I mean, I think that there's reminders every day of how you can take a bad turn and mess up your life, right? So I think that, especially on social, every aspect of it. So to have kids that are, God-fearing, work hard, a wife that loves you, parents that adore you, good friends. I think that is winning. I may not have all the money or be retired.
That's the biggest
as I want
that's
to,
the biggest
right?
one.
But I think if you got kids that, love you, a great support, system, and overall you're happy and have you live in a purpose-filled life, you're good, bro.
And you got family, man. Your family's beautiful. You know what I mean? You got a beautiful family, bro. Like, bro, your kids are beautiful. Your wife is beautiful. Like, your parents are beautiful. Like, you got a beautiful family, bro.
Thank you,
and I don't mean that just on the physical side. Although your family's physically beautiful, always welcoming, always nice, always, like, I just never felt no way about. Like, sometimes you walk into environments, you're like, it don't feel good here.
Yeah.
Every time I've been in your house, in your presence, you know what I'm saying? Too, even if that's in a car, we're together. It's always been good, man. So I think that's a beautiful thing to be grateful for. I always ask the audience, what are you grateful for today? It changes often. And sometimes we don't remember, like, I'm grateful for this thing. So, DA gave us what he's grateful for. And so in the chat, I want you to write what you're grateful for today. Man, that was big, bro. What do you think is missing from the world today that you had growing up?
What is missing? I just say it's the lack of understanding that whatever you're gonna work at, whatever you want, it's gonna take time.
Okay.
Like that delayed gratification piece, that you're not maybe gonna get what you want. I think because it's very hard in today's society with vehicles such as social media. I mean, they see that people are millionaires or appear to be millionaires with exotic cars and living this unbelievable lifestyle. So they're like, they got to go home and they're having to compare with that. But I think that if people realize that most people are going to work every day, grinding, trying to make, trying to make it to next week, and trying to live, find a way to live their dream. Like everybody's not a professional athlete. Everybody's not a billionaire. Everybody's not Grant Cardone.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like, everyone doesn't have 2 million followers and live in a 12,000 square foot home. But I get that process. But majority of people, are just working and grinding. And I think if we were back in a place where people and it starts at home, man. It really does. It starts at home with, our parents teaching us that, you got to work for whatever you want to get, instead of just, giving them everything that they can, or saying, or making an excuse to reasons why. Shit, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and be like, it was me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think all the time you got to look in the mirror as you. I take that anywhere. I feel like I have a tattoo on my hand right here. It says response able. And it's to remind me, like, everything that happens to me is also for me. And I was at the center of all of it. Like, I'm the common denominator in everything.
100%.
And everything I do. So you said, like, basically delayed gratification, or understanding not everyone's a millionaire, is what I heard you say. Like, essentially, like...
Well, yeah, I mean, it just goes back to the quotes that, that we were, discussing. Competition is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
Like, just realize, just be where your feet are at. Yeah. Just understanding, like, I'm worried about me, and that's the most important thing.
A couple episodes ago, a guy brought that up as well. And he talked about delayed gratification. He was talking about basically... like failing forward and pushing through pain, right? And he said, I learned this in the military, like, you got to push through things. He's like, and I'm asking the same question. I said, what do you think the world's lacking today that you had as a kid? And he also mentioned social media.
Yeah.
He said social media, and I was like, really, now obviously I don't have children, so my impact of social media is a little bit different because I can consume it the way I want to, but I'm not watching somebody else consume it, right. In a way that that may be detrimental to them, and also may bring comparison in many ways. And I can imagine, man, like, I think we've been blessed to have good physical bodies and good physical faces and all those things. Like, so then we're not really comparing bodies, although we have this internally, and we might size each other up when we see each other to make sure, one, where can we mess with each other at? Because if any of us are off, I'm gonna tell you to get yourself around some good friends. Friends that love you enough to tell you, yo, you messing up. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you need to get your shit together. Like, that's a good friend. A good friend's gonna tell you, like, yo, you get a little fat, bro. I
mean, I saw you flexing your cheekbones when I walked in, bro. I saw you doing.
Oh, let me tell y'all something, yo. Let me tell you something. It's been 20 plus years.
I saw you.
I'm gonna tell them the story, bro. I'm gonna tell them the story. We've been beefing, but not beefing. Yeah. Since the beginning of our connection. Since the beginning of our connection, yo. We didn't realize we should have been working together as a team.
Yeah.
We was working against each other. Yeah. Competing for the same thing. Yeah. We should have been alley-ooping each other up. Yeah. Man. We should have been, come on, man. We was doing the most. We were doing the most. Yeah, for sure. Some of the funnest times of my life, man. Yeah. I think about that all the time, bro. I think about that Waffle House trip, man. And
best ever. Best night ever.
When I'm talking about, it was us going back and forth in the back seat, talking crazy trash to each other. Yeah. It was like a stand-up comedy
Legendary.
show. It was
legendary.
It was nonstop. Yeah. All right, I like that, man. What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Football player.
So you got to fulfill that, man.
I mean,
yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it was. I was just thinking about that, just being on the show and potential questions that may be asked. And my father was a auto body mechanic. Mm-hmm. And he was also like security for like one of the dealerships, and afforded me an opportunity to go to one of the events where the Bears were signing autographs.
What year was that? Do you remember what year it was, or who the star was on the team at that time?
Memory ain't that.
Got it.
I don't remember dates.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not good with dates either.
Yeah. Or you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Back then, right around the time they won the Super Bowl.
Okay, 85. You talking about 85?
Sure.
Okay, got it.
And so right around that time, or when they were having the success leading up to it, whatever. Yeah. And he took me there. And I just saw like the love that everybody got. Mm-hmm. From these dudes, right? You know what I mean? Like just people just like the Beatles. I didn't know who the Beatles were, you know what I mean? But I didn't know who superstars were, but I knew that that's what it was. Yeah. And I was like, I just want that type of, love. Like if that's a job. And I watched the game and me and my brothers played, growing up. But that was, you talk about delayed gratification. Yeah. Like I was asked when I first started, bro. Like I was just a younger kid playing with my older brother.
Yeah, well that's always a good thing too, man.
Yeah, and it just didn't have a lot of success. Right. Growing up, but I just kept stacking days, and next thing you know, they gave me an opportunity and I didn't look back.
Yeah. And that was my dream also. And I obviously became a football player, but not at the level I wanted to become a football player, right? Yeah. How did that? You remember how that felt, man? Like to were you drafted or were you unrestricted?
Undrafted free agent.
Undrafted free agent. So, but how did that? And you were signed here first. You were signed to Arizona first.
Yes.
So how did that feel, man? Like just even putting on. This is what I'm going to ask you, man. And this is like a personal question for me. Yeah. Even just sizing your helmet, like you got an NFL helmet, and you're like, how do you recall how that felt, man? And I asked that question because I have so much still like. Man, I just would love to have been fitted. You know what I'm saying?
The environment was incredible. Just to be to have the respect amongst your peers as you could play this game at a high level. Mm-hmm. I think that's what we all wanted, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't get enamored with the helmet or the jerseys because like I felt like it was questionable at that time. You know what I mean?
If you were going to be on the team? What you mean?
I mean, going to be on the team in addition to just the uniform.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, Reebok, bro.
Y'all was Reebok?
Bro. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, I had a jersey down there, you know what I mean? Down there. I felt like I was a kid again playing Pop Warner. Really? Where they gave the biggest helmet, longest jersey. I'm just like,
you got some ponies on? Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna make it work.
Bro,
No, bro, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
And not to go back to shit, but I tried to emulate everything that he did because the dude was a monster on kickoff return, could tote the football. He was tough, and he showed me a pathway.
Well, no way, man.
And keep it a buck. When I came, I saw him on the roster. I was like, God, like UMass,
got it.
Like he's
you taking a spot. I'm taking a spot.
I got here was like, whoa,
that kid's real.
Like reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man.
And my man just did a backflip at 220.
Yo,
what?
Yeah, man.
And then I just grinded, and there were certain opportunities that afforded me to have success. Cardinals saw something in me, because for me, not the biggest dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So and it's still playing that game of size.
Yeah, of course.
Like if you're 6'5", 220, 240, whatever the position is, they're gonna try and make something work for you for however long.
Try their best.
You're 5'10", over 200 pounds. They're like, is he?
Yeah.
Can he do it?
It's still the politics there.
Well, I just think that it's just like the bigger is better.
Yeah.
Especially in that game where they think of certain
behemoths,
positions,
bro.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, and I'll say this: like I got to be a fly on the wall, or or a person in the audience or the stands, whatever you want to call it. And to witness that, man, I didn't know I knew you and Marcel were super tight, but I just didn't know where the admiration came from. And it also felt like you guys were like brothers. I remember showing up and being like, "Oh, this is your man. It's your man."
Because he never made it. He never made it uncomfortable. You know what I mean? He was always like, "Bro, like, yeah, I see how you work. I saw you play at Northwestern. You know what I mean? Like you were. It was all about respect.
Yeah.
And he never made it uncomfortable or weird. It was always like, hey man, like, hey, we're gonna do this. We're working out here.
Yeah.
We're going here, doing that. So it was. It was cool.
He's been a big brother to a lot of people. Again, shout out to Marcel. The very first episode, you guys want to tune into that one. He's always been a big brother, man. To me, I met him in 1998 on my recruiting trip. And just being around him, I remember being like, I'm going to come here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go to UMass. And it was like South Jersey University almost. Well, I would say Jersey University. It was so many New Jersey guys.
Yeah.
I was like, this where I'm going. That's where I'm going to school. Yeah, man. That was it. It's crazy. So that's beautiful, bro. I also want to say this. I would see, we always talk about this. DA's preseason games were legendary. He would be like 6 carries, $155. You'd be like, he about to have the year of his life. He about to be on the Madden cover. Yo, your preseason is second to nobody. And I don't mean that as a cap, like as a slight.
Yeah.
I remember being so hyped. Remember we go to Fridays after the games?
Yeah.
I'd be so hyped, like, yo, D.A., you about to have a year this year, bro. He's like, you about to have this year. He like, like, bro, you about, and I'm not knowing really how it looks there.
I felt good.
Yeah.
At the time, but that was the politics of the game.
Yeah.
Bro. Like you could go kill it, but you made, 120,000 and somebody else made 3 million.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was a game. Go cover this kick.
It's wild.
And get
bro.
knocked out. And
it was wild. You would have great preseasons, man.
Yeah.
Preseasons. Why do you think most people aren't happy in life?
Why do I think most people aren't happy in life? I mean, maybe because they're looking elsewhere. I think that they're trying to find validation through other people, and they just can't be okay with where they're at. You know what I mean? Like just be whatever. I mean, I just think that if you can just make it simple as I'm here, I'm standing upright,
Got it.
I'm breathing, or whatever opportunity that you have. I think if you just reflect on that small component of life, like and then work your way, like you can see things to be happy about or grateful for, but context matters, right? We sit here, both, pray to the Lord, healthy body, healthy body. A lot of people aren't. So, I think it all matters to every individual, but I think it just starts with, instead of looking outside, look internal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at people's happiness, it's like something to be said about, like, if you don't have what you crave, then I understand not being happy. But then what I hear you saying also, and you can correct me, is I hear you saying like, well, you get to stand in gratitude no matter where you are.
100%.
Okay.
Like I just think life is to be happy about.
Got it. It makes sense. What's the best piece of advice you've ever had or ever received?
Man, like I don't. It's a good one. Best piece of advice.
Yeah, best piece of advice, or even like a way of seeing things or looking at things. Like sometimes you get that little bit of advice and someone shifts your perspective. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that.
I think it's more. I don't think it's like a piece of advice. I mean, I think it's probably like if I get anything either from my dad or mentors I've had in life, and it's just like work hard.
Work hard.
I mean, just whatever it is, like work hard. And I think it's funny. I feel like it's my son too, and he was involved in or does from time to time trading, and and we're talking, and I think it's applicable to everything we deal with as people and just in society. It's like about trading and having the perfect stocks and making money and all that stuff. And he's like, Dad, it's not about perfect timing. It's about time in. And if you're in there and you stack days, like that's how. Actually, Yo,
that's beautiful, by the way.
It took me a minute, but it's and I feel like it's hate to be cliche, but I feel like it was on an Oprah show one time. Okay. Good luck is preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
And
good luck is preparation meeting opportunity.
And I feel like I feel like that. I call it the grace of God. People call it good luck, whatever it is. But so many times in my life when I've just been grinding and opportunity.
That's real, bro. Yeah, it really is real.
And it's not that you're necessarily looking for it. And I just remember one time being in college, man, just going through some very difficult times. Like we talk about. You asked me, what did I think you asked me what did I want to be when I what did I want to be when I grew up? And I'm just like, man, like how could I, they got me on the defense.
You're playing D-back?
Bro, spring. And I'm like, how?
Really?
And so many things had to happen. And I remember, talking to God, bro. And just like so many things had to happen.
What year is this? What year are you in?
Probably early on, after my maybe redshirt freshman year.
So redshirt freshman year, they got you at D-back. They got you at corner.
D-back, safety.
That make. I mean, that makes sense.
I thought I was good till I got cooked.
Yeah.
Murdered. Murdered in 7 on. I'm
I
was. Yeah, but so much stuff had to happen. I just grinded and just remembered, talking to God, the universe, like, man.
For you to get back on offense and play running back. And start at running back.
So much had to happen.
And to go over 2K, bro.
Left is all time. Leading rusher.
Bro, that's in.
Fifth in the Heisman.
That's wild. Who was in that race at the time on the Heisman? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Nah, that's incredible, DA. I mean, I knew you had a really prestigious college career,
bro.
But I didn't know you were fifth in all in Heisman votes, bro. That's incredible.
But that goes like with. I mean, it's like people like that grind, like that story I just told you, like that I was on defense. Most people don't know that, but it's like my college coach used to say, like, no one cares about the labor; they just want to see the baby.
Man, that's some real. That's great advice right there.
You know what I mean? Like no one cares about it.
I always tell people, no one gives a shit. Yeah. Like no one cares about your story unless you got a story that's worth listening to. No one cares.
1,000%.
No one cares. Like you giving me props right now, giving me some flowers right now. Most people don't give a shit.
No.
They could care less about you. I don't care about your journey. What'd you do with it?
Yeah.
And I try to tell people that, man, like, listen, the grades are the grades. No one cares that, oh, it was late, this happened, I had this going on at home. Yeah. They're going to go, what's your grades? Oh, you had a D? Then that's, life gives you grades on everything. 100%. It's like, how objective can you be with your grades? Can you be that objective in everything in your life? Because people all feel this way. You're like, but no one cares how you feel either.
Yeah.
Your parents might care, your significant other, your close friends, they might care, but ultimately, that's your shit to deal with. No one cares how you feel or what the problems were that you had to traverse to get to where you're going. No one cares. So the fact that you work, now let me ask you this question, right? Obviously you said you watched your dad go to work. Your mom was a teacher.
Mom too, yeah.
Yep.
Retired.
Where do you think that you got the, I'ma stick with stuff? Because I think, alluding back to the first question was, what do you think was missing? I don't know if people understand delayed gratification, showing up every day, learning how to be miserable. Like those
Time in, stacking days.
Bro.
I mean, where does that come from? I mean, I think I just saw my parents, going to work every day, right? Like they never complained. They just did it. And it was what it was. So to me, like that was just a way of life.
Right.
And two, like I wanted something for myself. Like I wanted that freedom. Like I knew what, being, a professional athlete or even providing for my family in the second part, having to, pivot and make things happen. Like I couldn't be sedentary. I couldn't just be posted and just like, oh, well, I guess I could have.
You could have.
But I have a responsibility, as the father and husband. I had to make sure that they were good before me. And I think that just to go, back to your point of like what's missing, I just think it's telling people that it's okay to work.
Got it. Yeah. I think the push button world is lulling people into thinking that you can get the biggest score without paying the price.
In addition to that, like I'm going to find something better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the grass, like, those saying maybe the grass is greener, but like, especially like, in college sports, we see a lot of, and don't get me wrong, like I've been in some situations where I think that it's warranted.
Right.
Where you should find another
place to go.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's, like I said, it's time in, not perfect time.
Yeah. I would have left my school for sure. But I would have left for sure. I just, I was MF'd and you have like, you get on the bad side of a coach, you're like, I'm never coming back from this. And I was a good student, so you couldn't do anything to me, right? My grades are too good.
But
bro.
let me ask you this. So what do you think was a trigger in that? Like a good student, no problems.
Good student. I talked to my coach when I went back. So we went back for our national championship reunion, right? And at the time,
did you fight him?
Of course, bro. So at the time, I went back with I'm back at UMass with my ex-fiance. We're back, and I'm telling her because she had a similar experience with her coach, right? Where she was MF'd and all that stuff. And you're like, I was a good kid, like a good student, like I was a good person, and I knew I made more money than him because his coaching salary was public.
So you're that petty.
I couldn't wait, and I mean this like with all my true intentions.
Yeah.
Because he MF'd me so much, I had like a scarlet letter on me where if I had taken how I was treated by him to heart, I would have probably like done something drastic to myself, right? Like there was no like compassion there. It was like, and you got people that are coming from me, single parent homes. You meet a coach and you're thinking, well, hopefully there's a male that's going to take care of me, right? And you're like, no, he's going to treat you even worse. You're like, this is crazy. I'd rather you just not be around. And I was used to absentee father, so it wasn't like I needed to like deal with it, but I had to deal with this guy. And I couldn't wait, man. I saw him, and I'm like waiting in line because there's a crowd of people around him, and I can't wait to talk to him. I can't wait to talk. I can't wait to tell him, look how good I'm doing in life, despite you, right? Despite you.
Yeah.
And I can't wait, DA. I can't wait to let you know I make more money than you right now at your profession. I can't wait to tell you what. So I walk up to him like, what's going on, coach? Shake his hand. He's like, oh man, Khalil look great. His first words out of his mouth. Now, obviously, I played, a different weight. I'm down 60 pounds. He's like, you look great. You're like a model, man. What have you been doing? I'm like, I don't want to hear anything good from you now. I want him to like talk to me.
Be the same guy.
Be the same dude that you were.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm doing well. He's like, man, you look, like almost like, what?
He didn't even think about you anymore. He didn't even care.
So he says to me, he goes, I got to say something to you. He goes, I didn't know really how to handle you, Khalil. Like, you were smart. You were a black kid. I really relate to you. I didn't know what to say to you. He's like, I'm sorry.
Stop.
It took all of my venom out of me in one swoop.
For sure.
And so I go back over to my ex and I'm saying, she's like, are you okay? Because I come over like somber. Emotional? I'm somber, bro. I'm sad. I'm sad that I'm robbed from the moment of being like venomous with him. You get what I'm saying, though? I'm making sense, though?
No, yeah.
I wanted to let him know that I did so well. And then after, like, reflection, I was like,
well, I think he probably knew. You don't think he knew?
I think he knew, bro. I think he knew.
1,000%.
Yeah, I think he knew. I think he knew.
1,000%.
And I was coming over there ready to, because I'm an adult now. Like, there's no repercussions besides me. Whatever happens now is just going to happen.
I mean, I think he knew. He had his old scouting report.
Bro, he had to. But he apologized, man. It took all the wind out of my sails, bro.
Yeah, and I'm glad you had that experience. you know what I mean? I'm glad you had that closure. But even if, like, we didn't talk to that extent, but if the only advice that I would give you is don't give anybody that much power.
No, not anymore.
No, but it was.
But it was that though.
Because it was. And because when you went in there, you went, I can't wait to show them.
Couldn't wait.
Like sometimes, put it like this, sometimes, like you were already winning.
True.
And part of that, honestly, that you showed yourself what you could endure.
Of course, bro. That's probably the biggest thing, man.
You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. Like, I feel like coming from college, I mean, we had a player pass at practice.
Wow.
Coming from the college environment, growing up how I grew up, you know, like dealing with, you know, the end of my career, like I felt like work is, I wouldn't say it's easy, but I'm like, this is it. This is, you know what I mean? Like I'm not, you know, out of breath. I'm not thinking, you know, where do I live? Checking to see if I, you know, if where I'm at, what day it is.
What day is it? Who's the president? They would ask you a question like that, like, who's the president?
I'd ask myself.
You'd be like,
I run down on kickoff.
Yeah.
And towards the end of my career, be like, where did I grow up? And I'd try to recite my address to me. Like just go over, you know, 2 + 2 is 4. Like those are real things because you're just like, something don't.
But
right.
Most people are never gonna one, you're revealing so much to people to understand, man. The glory of playing in the NFL, respectively, is like great, but also you're like, man, like y'all went through some.
Bro, I will say this, and I'll never try to compare, you know, what the military goes through. You know, like I have a brother that's a veteran. You know, meet a lot of them. Try to every now and then work out at MVP in Phoenix. Okay. It's like where they try and merge athletes and veterans together. Shout out to MVP. But awesome. But I never try to even compare. But if you've run down on kickoff or even just got caught,
man,
and your body has felt a way that you've never, or seen a limb be disfigured or have one like that, you know, to lose a teammate on the field, you know what I mean? Like that, like I said, and to get up and walk away and to have to train. Don't get me wrong, like it's having to strip yourself out, you know, of that, but it's also not forget who you were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that process and know that if you can go through that, you could pretty much go through
anything, man. Anything. That's probably one of, I would suggest every single parent to get their kid into a sport.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you you're not going to win every time and sometimes you aren't good enough.
No.
Like some people think, oh, you know, you're good enough. You're like, you can be anything you want to be. No, you can't. As wild as it sounds, bro, you can't. But I don't think everyone has the real reality that, and reality is such a beautiful blessing if you see it as it's redirecting me, not that it's shutting me down. Like reality is like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be an NBA center. You're just not going to be that thing. Yeah. So when you hear like you can do anything, I get the opportunity. Take it back.
You asked me what did I want to be? I wanted to be Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Going over to Chicago.
Makes sense.
And then you just I'm like, I'm not going to be 6.
Yeah, you're not going to be 6'6", bro, or whatever he was. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense, man. But I think that level of misery, and again, a couple podcasts ago, I talked about it with a guy named Anthony. Shout out to Anthony on, you know, like the idea of deliberately being miserable. You know, you went to school. You redshirt?
Yes.
Okay, so for 5 years you went to school.
Yes.
Right? And for 5 years you knew that you were going to get your ass kicked every day in some way, shape, or form. Now, at some point, obviously, for you guys tipped it. So now you became the guy, right? Yeah. But you still were going to get hit. Now, you guys were protected because you were the guy.
But you got to go through everything.
But you still got to go through everything. And you have to decide every day, like, decide, right? Like homicide, suicide, genocide, decide. Yeah. Is killing off the other options. Every day you got to decide, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to that thing that I know is miserable and keep showing up. Bro, that to me is the building of endurance with people. Yeah. Because I don't think I'd be the man I am today without sports. No two ways about it. Without the environment that I grew up in and without sports, I would not be close to the man that I'm in today.
I mean, if you could make it through a locker room,
bro.
And I mean, we were fortunate enough to connect and have that kind of same type of environment. But if you could make it through a locker room and a football field, you're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be fine.
And if you look at it as glass half full, like, hey man, like, because a lot of people, like, you, to your point, oh, I should have been in the league. I should have did this. I should have did that. And like, they just look at it, unfortunately, as like they're a failure.
Yeah.
But it's so much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so much, life to live.
It
bro.
is, man. It's a lot more life after. I heard.
But let me pose you a question.
Okay.
Because you've had like a lot of success in your life.
I would hope so, man. I'd like to think so.
So when you were, you don't think that when you were touring around the world, winning, what's this?
It's the top 1% in the world. Yeah.
Of light skins or just type?
Herbalife.
Okay. Top 1%. Y'all can't see it, but he'll show you later. But it's a top 1. So you were that guy.
Yeah, top 1% in the world. Top 1% in the world. The third black person in the company to make it to the top 1%.
There it is.
In history, yeah.
So a lot of people that you knew were phasing out of that game. And you were
ascending, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so you didn't think that, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of flipped for you.
Yeah, it did flip. But sometimes like when you're in the shit, you don't have perspective yet, right? No. Like, it's like you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. I couldn't see it because I was such in it. And then afterwards, now I can reflect on it differently, but I didn't see it as like, this is what I should be doing anyway. It just felt like this is what I'm supposed to do. Not like, look how cool it is that you're doing this. It's like, no, this is what I'm supposed to do. I was supposed to be rising to the top. Yeah. I was supposed to be Kurds and Way. I was supposed to be that. I was supposed to be this guy this whole time. Yeah. I've been watching DA. I've been watching Marcel live lives, drive cars, and do all these things. This is my time now. Yeah. It's only right that I'm in this position now. So it's real, man. I think endurance is a big one, bro. I think a lot of people don't have that. I have a question. Right?
Yes, sir.
This is a question that was the first time I'm asking this question. And I thought it was a super deep question because it made me think so much. If you were to walk into a room and every person you ever met was in that room, who would you look for first and why? Every person you ever met in your life is in a room you're about to enter. Who are you looking for first?
Ever met?
Ever met. Every person you ever met is in that room. Who are you looking for first? I'm gonna pose this question to the audience as well.
That's a toughie, bro.
Yeah, it is like, it really kind of gives you some perspective. But I want everybody in the chat, if you walked into a room and every person you knew was there, who would you look for first? Who would you look for first? Real talk. Who would you look for first? And why?
Probably I think fourth or I can't remember what grade it was, but probably my fourth or fifth grade teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm astonished by that. I got to understand why. What was her or his name?
Don't recall.
Okay.
I think it was something like Chusis.
Okay.
Or something along those lines. Don't remember exact. Probably because she was the first person in my life, like growing up in, like, you said Posen and Wilmington, they're predominantly white towns.
Got it. Okay.
We, my parents worked hard, sent us to Catholic school, so it was a matter of, a lot of just, ignorance. And she was the first person that made me feel like she saw me.
Got it.
Just tell her thank you.
Yeah, man. What did she do to make you feel that way?
She just talked to me like I was a human being, man. Like, it was just, I just remember she's like, Damien, like you're not a bad kid.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like, and don't get me wrong, it justified, I felt validated on everything that I had felt from, first, second, just to think that a kid had to go through.
Man, already, early.
Yeah, bro. Early. From day one. So like, when we met, I was ready.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Nah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's not, don't get me wrong, in the home life, brothers and sisters, we gonna jump.
Yeah,
It's gonna be, it is what it is.
For sure.
But I think that having that teacher, it was kind of like I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not, because I think it felt like it was, you had a fork in the road. You could be really bad or, you know what I mean? Like,
be on the right side
how
of things.
People are, telling you how you're supposed to be. And like, bro, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And you think back, it's, the 80s and, you got nuns and just ignorance, bro. And I tell you, and I'll just tell you a story. There was this, won't say the name, we used to walk to school every day, and his dad would make him fight. Make him fight me every day. that come out like, yeah, they're that, I'm not going to cuss, but,
But there's that N-word?
And we would get it on. I would beat his ass every day.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. You would walk to school every day with the same kid, and his dad would
in my class
to fight in my class every day,
and
call you the N-word. Go fight that N-word.
Right, every day. And then I just
what grade is this?
Second, third, fourth.
And did your parents? You didn't tell your parents?
Didn't tell
them. Why? Why didn't you tell them?
Because what are they gonna do?
I mean, could know. I'm just. But is that how you felt?
Probably. I enjoyed taking them wins.
Got it. I enjoyed beating that ass. Yeah.
But after a while, it got tired. I mean, bro, like our neighbors would bring, like they would come fight me and my brother come to the door. Like, bro, it was wild. It was wild.
Yeah, I apologize for this question because I think I know, but I don't know. Are you biracial?
No.
Okay, right. So I meant that with all due respect.
It's not the first time.
Yeah, because you is like
I get it.
So you and your brothers all fair, all pretty like?
No, I mean, blended family.
Okay.
My dad was married before. You get me and my sister from my mom, but I mean, we're all together.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We all grew up together. It's all I've known.
And you guys would be in that neighborhood.
It was just because there's black people in the world, bro. That's just what it was. And it wasn't until you have some type of notoriety where
it flips.
Man.
It flipped quick, bro.
Like it was like these same people are like, back in the day when Facebook was hot, like friend request from who? Bro, it was crazy. So just dealing, navigating that aspect of life. And yeah, it was but it taught me to be, I could go through anything. I could walk into any environment. But I feel like it's also, there's, we walk away with our scars.
Yeah, for sure.
And our biases. And you're also, aware of that. Like, some of these people grown up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know that they've had the training and education, that I have that sees the world as, love.
Yeah, as you do for sure. What a good way to take it, man,
there's no other way.
I mean, there is another way. But there is another way.
But I mean, what fruit is that going to bear?
It's not going to bear fruit. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people tune in, right, or watching, and it's like, well, you either a victor or victim. Pick which one you want to be. You only got two options. So it's like, well, I mean, it sucked. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to get my ass kicked growing up. You know what I'm saying? To you by my bully. I understand what it's like. I also know to get my dubs. You know what I'm saying? To get my dubs, and it's. You learn those things, but so many people wear that as like, this is what I am now. You be like, that's not you. That was a thing. That was a happening. Yeah. Not everyone has the wherewithal to be like, and that's why I really want to have people like yourself come on, because that knowledge and that wisdom, they may not have a real physical mentor, but they could have a mentor, tuning in and listening to someone with, 45 years of life and, a massive amount of experience through so many things you've learned, right? So, shout out to that teacher, whatever her name was, something Massachusetts. But shout out to her, man. She made you be seen. Made you be seen. That's beautiful, bro. What's something you thought was important when you were younger that you no longer put as much value in now?
Oh, dunking.
Never, bro. Never.
Oh, I can dunk.
I know you could dunk. I remember going to LA Fitness, bro. And I was like, it was you, Josh McCown
going crazy.
Josh McCown
going crazy.
Who? Nate Poole?
Yes.
Bro,
crazy.
I was just like, and Freddie Jones at the tight end?
They went,
Yo, I hate it. I hate it.
Crazy.
I hate
Ship
it.
too.
Ship, obviously, Ship could ball.
I'm like, but I didn't know.
I hate it playing with
I'm like, dude's good at everything. This is terrible.
Let's jump him.
Say left.
Let's jump him next time.
Bro.
Yo, I hated playing with y'all. And it was because I was the tallest one. Well, not the tallest, but with Freddie Mitchell or Freddie Jones, his name?
Freddie Jones.
Freddie Jones. I'm in the paint with him. Bro, he's out squatting.
He's a grown man.
Bro, he's a grown. He's pushing me around the paint like a child.
Yeah.
I'm like, why y'all put me down here, bro? Like, get Bell. What's his name? Big Bell. Get him to be in the paint, bro.
Yeah, he had about 2 or 3 plays in him. That was about it.
Get Big Bell down here.
Play half court.
Why y'all got me down here with this dude, bro? I get it, man. What would you say your biggest regret is?
I think, like you said earlier, I think it all makes sense, right? Like it's all supposed to be the way that it's supposed to be. But if anything, just like my junior year, probably not leaving.
Yeah.
When had that knowing what I know now, like leaving when you're hot.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like not taking, like not being a Peyton Manning and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna stay there. You
we
like,
weren't
I'm out.
good.
Yeah, you like, I'm out.
Yeah, it would have been all right, man. Thank you. Did everything that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about that, man, too, is that level of endurance, man. I know it's just a topic we've beaten up on pretty good, but I think it's imperative to talk about it. Is if I had the opportunity to transfer so easy, I would have, but I knew it was so much red tape back then. You know what I'm saying? To you, like,
you had to sit out or go down.
You sit out or go down. So you're like, man, I'm a junior. I'm gonna sit out.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not doing that. So even with the transfer portal, bro, I know you have a son that has played collegiate sports, and so I know you probably have a different perspective on it. But my perspective is that you didn't have to learn how to figure it out. There's a level of I got to figure it out because you're here.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're stuck here.
Yeah.
So you either rearrange the setting, or you fail. You're like, I guess I got to rearrange it.
Well, I mean, I just think you got to make the best out of it because I think from which I can relate to too, having those coaches that are on you and maybe you feel as though that they're an asshole,
bro.
But my point is, I guarantee you got homies that loved them.
Loved them.
So both can be true.
Both can be true. Both can be true.
You know what I mean?
We both have each person inside of us.
Yeah.
For sure,
so
for sure.
I think that just navigating that doesn't come until time. Like I mean, everybody got the group chat, the thread that all the homies are in, whether it be from college or whatever.
Right.
And you talk about certain coaches and some dudes go in and it was like, or other dudes were like, hey, he was cool until he wasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I feel like just in life, both can be true.
Both can be true, man. We're villain and hero to somebody. And oftentimes, I was working out yesterday. I was doing leg press. You know how you just get like a random thing comes to you? Like a random thought was just popping in my head, usually when I'm working out. Or doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it said, people are still holding you hostage of a version of you that doesn't even exist anymore.
Man.
It just came through. It came through as clear as day. Like people are still thinking that you're who you were 20 years ago, and you're a totally different human. You're like, I don't even operate that way anymore. I was 20. You know what I'm saying? Or 25.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for them.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's just the best way that I could put it because there's no value in whatever the circumstance may be. I know that we're talking in the context of me and you, but there's just no value in that. Holding on. I mean, I think that's when it has control.
For sure.
What I mean?
For sure.
You give someone that much power to change your emotion, like that's wild to me.
Yeah, I agree. I posted yesterday and I said, I don't know if it's being 45 or what it is, but there's a level of effort I could care less. There's a level of what can I do about that? People are talking about World War III, right?
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of that talk just because of the environment that we're in. Oh, well, you're going to World War III. And I ask people, what can you do about it? Like, what can you do about it?
What is going to be?
You can't do anything.
You know somebody with a bunker?
Bro, no, I don't know no one with a bunker.
Okay then.
We all casualties then.
Yeah, like, we're going to get got.
What are you going to do about it? Why worry about things that I can't do
control
anything about?
Control the controllables.
Right.
And I mean, I think that, we've been talking about a lot today, but, you talk about the youth, whatever, it's like everything comes back to controlling what you can, your attitude and effort. Like that's one thing that I talk,
attitude and effort,
to my kids about is focusing on things that you can control. And those two things, you can't. It's not going to be easy every day.
No.
It's not going to be, I understand that you can't control other people. Don't focus your validation, your attachment, your worthiness to someone else because people let you down, man.
Good word, bro.
People will let you down. Yep. So focus on what makes you happy, being the best version of yourself. And if you have a good attitude and have good effort 90% of the time, you're going to be good.
You're going to be good. You're going to be good. I think that's a big one. Like DA, there's a lot of people in general, right, that live in environments that aren't conducive for them being positive, that have been beat down, they've gone through tragedy, they've gone through trauma, they've gone through this, they've gone through the things, right? What would you like? Is there anything you would say to them or give them? Like, sometimes you're in an environment, you're like, I don't even like. Let's say you grew up in a really rough place. Let's say you are in Chicago, right? You live in the hood, and this is how life is. How would someone navigate that environment and that prevailing mindset or prevailing wind of that space? Like, what are you giving that person, right? Like you had good parents and you were living in a good place and you had a little bit of like a opportunity, and then your 4th grade, 3rd grade teacher gives you like this thing. Like, what about people who are like, bro, I don't even see it. Like, I don't see hope anywhere.
I mean, like an avenue to get out.
Yeah,
I would say
a mindset.
I mean, I would just say like control the things that you can.
Okay.
Like there's so many resources. Like I know that we talk about social media, but I think that there's also, it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
It can also be something very beautiful, find resources, but I feel like it's all programmed, like they say, like show somebody your For You page.
Man, I got a bunch of snacks on it. All kinds of snacks.
McDonald's. No,
they got edible snacks.
Yeah. But my point, I would just say, to me, it's education. I feel like that's freedom. Okay. Like I really do. Like I would say, focus on books. Like don't worry. Like if you were in an adverse or a very questionable environment, focus on school. Be the best you can. Be the best version of yourself and do that. Yeah. Or the military.
Got it. Yeah, man.
Like I mean, shit. If we're talking about like, I only got gangs. What's the best gang to join with benefits?
Right. Yeah. U.S. Armed Forces for sure. And I was never an advocate, nor were my parents, because my mom was like, you have another opportunity. But for those who didn't, that makes perfect sense.
I'm just saying, like if you didn't have, if you felt hopeless or that wasn't an option, I would say education. Military. Like for me, it was like I know that you said. And I don't want to minimize because I met some, beautiful people, where I moved and where we lived at, bro. But, it was crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was uncomfortable. Like your parents aren't with you at school. They're not with you in the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You learn all that on your own.
I mean, you had to keep your head on a swivel and learn a double leg takedown. Yeah. Like that's
that's the realest one.
That's
Did you wrestle? Did you wrestle
bro?
Too? Me too, man.
Say less.
I wrestled too, bro. I wrestled.
Yeah. You had to learn how to take care of yourself, and I think that to me, it was just knowing that there was, and I didn't know that things were going to be better, but I was afforded to work hard, and I saw some success playing sports. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because I felt like when I played sports, like I mean, people always saw color, but I felt like it
always.
I felt like it was another level. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you saw you really was,
bro, it was in it, bro. It was,
That's wild, man.
Especially when people think of like Chicago and they think like it was, like I said, I have some of my best friends,
right.
From, growing up. And don't get me wrong, you had family members and it's like right around. So from like basically like Tempe to Chandler or, Ahwatukee.
Yeah. Like,
those are, it had neighboring, diverse communities.
Got it.
But like where we were at, where I went to school, I mean, it was
mostly Caucasian.
Yes.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
What would you say you're most proud of your achievement?
I would just say not quitting.
Okay.
And making my wife, my kids, my parents, like someone that I think it's knowing that they feel like. Mostly my kids, because I think that after you get old enough, like it's about the family that you got.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
Like for them to know, like to feel that they could go through anything and know that Dad got it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful blessing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like I mean, we talked. Yeah, we talked briefly about just my son's football journey. It didn't work out like he wanted to. Right, dude was, in my eyes, a junior Barry Sanders.
Got it.
He had. That's how I programmed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be. And, it didn't work out. He gave it his best. He never quit. So that's probably
I love that, man.
That's probably what I'm most proud.
Props to him.
Of him for. And I was in, and I go to visit him and in those, dorms where he's just, but I'm like, we don't have to say a word, but I'm here.
Yeah, bro, that's a.
You know what I mean? My dad did that for me.
Yeah, man. That's
when I was in that. So that's, it's what I know. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, DA.
And my daughter, going through it, like, I just want her to know, like, to feel good. Like, there's enough out there to pull you away from who you are and try and be less of yourself to feel like you're gaining something. But I want her and him to feel empowered in whatever they do so they don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Like, they can just be themselves, man.
Yeah, bro.
They don't have to sacrifice who they are to be themselves. And, let's see how great the world is.
Props to being a persistent and present father. And props to those who are persistent and present fathers. I mean, we all grow up, right? We're still growing if you're still here. We're still growing, man. What do you think the biggest or best life lesson you've learned?
Life lesson, biggest life lesson. No matter how hard you try, it still may not work out.
No matter how hard you try, it still may not work out. Man.
And it's just, I think and how I've processed it is just like, just being okay. Like there has to be something that I'm taking from this. Like if I gave it all my energy, like we talked about effort, attitude, and it didn't work out, like there has to be something, as they say, sometimes rejection's your protection. That's just how I look at it.
I've heard.
And you may not even know then, it may be some 3 years down the road. Like, dang.
Or even longer.
Even longer.
Man, I've heard no stands for new option.
But I like that.
And I know you had to reinvent yourself, obviously. Like, I know you played in the NFL. How long were you in the NFL?
5 years and 2 in Canada.
Okay. And then 2 in Canada. Where'd you play in Canada?
Edmonton.
Eskimos?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Green Bay Packers.
The Green Bay Packers, man. My buddy played in Canada as well for, I think, maybe the Alouettes.
Okay.
I think he played for the. Shout out to my boy Avon Coburn. You probably know that name.
Yes.
So Avon, we grew up together. And so,
okay.
Shout out to Avon.
Where did he go to college?
He went to West Virginia.
Yes, I do remember him.
Yep, West Virginia. Yep.
Yeah.
So I know you had to reinvent yourself.
I think we felt like we're the same class.
Yeah, man, we're the same class. We're the same class. So you had to reinvent yourself, and then so after football, right? And this is after anything. I know we're talking about football, but this is his journey. Yeah. But after that, then you had to reinvent.
Yes.
So then, can you kind of like I know you had to reinvent. So what was that like, and what obstacles did you face?
Well, I mean, it was just the option was getting a job.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, keep it a buck with you. Like, I'm thinking like, hey, I, played in the NFL. Mm-hmm. People are going to, I went to Northwestern. People are going to love me.
Yeah.
They didn't. And it was, out there and trying to get, go with what you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was like, all right, I'm going to do coaching or teaching, and you need teaching certificate, which I didn't have. And you needed, for coaching, you may probably need experience, but I just didn't get any type of anybody.
Like no traction with it.
Man,
nothing was coming through.
I did get one offer. It was like sports marketing.
Right.
Then you know what I mean? All I got is like Walker suits from the playing days.
Right.
So I walk. So I don't remember the advertising firm. So I walk in and I'm suited and booted up, and dude just looks at me like, And so, I have my resume at the time, and it was like a humbling moment. Mind you, got a little bit of money in the bank, and you just moments away, steps away from the NFL. And dude's like, yeah, it's sports marketing. It's basically handing out flyers to get windshields fixed.
Oh, wow.
At the gas station. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's humbling.
So it was kind of like a rock bottom moment, and then I just went back to school, got my MBA.
Right.
There was a couple, friends that were in like the podcast before it was even podcast.
Before it was real.
It was just like live streaming sports radio,
right?
Talk radio, but it was a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, they just didn't know how to brand it
Yeah.
correctly. And I was doing that, and then I never forget like just having hella reservations because we had like. To tell you about like making yourself uncomfortable. That's probably one of the most life lessons. Like that's how you grow, and that's how opportunities present themselves. Granted, with grinding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the talk radio podcast, and dude's like, "Hey man, like, we need some interviews. Go to the Cardinals, practice." And I felt a little bit
interesting to go back to that way
in that capacity.
Yeah. Okay.
Like how are they gonna
new person?
Who are they gonna? How are they gonna receive me? I mean, and I'm in my head, and I'm like, are they gonna clown me? You know what I mean?
Right.
And Khalil, when I tell you, 180.
Yeah.
Than what I thought. DA was
word.
You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, oh my God, what are you doing? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope. You know, did a couple interviews. And one of the guys on their broadcast team, Jim Omahandro, he's there now.
Okay.
He's like, hey bro, so what have you been doing? I'm like, oh, I'm doing this talk. Would you mind doing some Cardinals radio?
Isn't that cool?
Start doing some Cardinals. And I don't even know. Like, I know it's about getting exposure and about being seen. And I'm there, you know, and I'm doing a couple. I didn't even know you got paid. I was just that hungry.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm doing.
You do whatever.
What, you know, whatever. And I'm doing a couple. They're like, hey, you know, D, you're killing it. And one day, one dude walks up to me. Don't even think about it. And he's like, hey man, take my car. You're doing it, killing it. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm just eating stuff.
When he eating,
I'm just like, no, I mean, I'm in my zone.
Yeah, you're in your
you know
zone.
What I mean?
You're in your zone. But I've seen you eat before, bro.
Stop, bro. Cheekbone, stop it.
Joe, bro.
Todd. So I'm in my zone. And I'm just, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the COO of the company.
Oh, no way.
Bro, he's like, I want to, you know, offer you a gig. And, you know, there, work with them. And then after that, it was just kind of headhunted for, you know, a couple positions. And that's kind of how it started.
Man. Yeah, reinventing. I can imagine your apprehension walking back into a building that you were on that side of the fence, and now you're on this side.
I just didn't know. Like, it was foreign. And then the guy was like, man, you got to go get these interviews. Like, it'd be the best thing for you. They're just going to see you.
Right.
I'm like, fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I ain't got shit to lose.
Right.
And it was like literally the decision I made that I was most uncomfortable about was the best thing for me.
Got it. It's usually that way. It's usually that way.
Get uncomfortable.
The most uncomfortable thing. It took me 2 years to start this podcast, bro.
Really?
2 years with the things that I feel like, you know, people will look at you and go, but you're like, bro, I'm a human. I'm just a human who has fears and apprehensions,
like
and
everybody else.
I'm afraid to be judged harshly too. Like I'm just as human as you are. So now it makes sense, man. The reinvention process is big, and this is a part of it. I'm in the space of reinvention, so I want to bring people on who have experience, understanding, and have reinvented themselves. I mean, I've seen you be an NFL standout, obviously a collegiate star, and then transition to like a corporate America. You know what I'm saying, too? It's funny, man. I thought that I recall that once. I don't know what part of my journey I was in, but I thought you were like, hey, man, are they hiring? Like I'm pretty sure I was maybe either leaving the Suns or somewhere. I thought that you were like, are they hiring? And I was astonished. Like in my head, like, what do you mean? Like, are you? And I thought because of our relationship, I thought he was just messing with me, like just poking at me, like, yeah, bro, ha 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 ha, like, no, they're not hiring, like, and it was a quick response, but to hear it now
bro.
was like, you were probably asking me sincerely,
for a gig,
they're like, what are they doing over there?
Yeah, for a gig.
You know who was there? Marte Jenkins. You know Marte?
Yes,
Marte worked at my job, and I remember being like astonished that you guys had to have a second act. You don't think about that when you're in your 20s. You don't think you guys are, it's going to end. You like,
bro, and you were the guy. Huh? You were the guy.
In the corporate side. On the corporate side.
You were the guy.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. It was funny to have that kind of like interesting, like,
bro. But it's it
was full circle for me.
Yeah,
and it validated. Okay, I'm in the right spot. Essentially, to see faces that I saw. Yeah, I wouldn't say envious of, but looked up to.
For sure.
I'll say it that way.
Yeah,
for sure. What is your definition of love?
Want the best for someone. I think in good and bad times, like someone that's willing to endure but not a fool, right? Like I think that you want. I mean, because there's, like I said, it's context, right? Like a mother, loves a son, a father loves a son. Like you want to, be that soft landing, but also be the arm that pushes them to do better. Right. If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And what would you say self-love is then? What do you think self-love is? I know there are different things, but what would you say self-love is?
I mean, I would say it's okay to be selfish for the right things. And just, making sure that you're a priority.
Got it. Yeah. Got it. What's the best? I know you've been married now for how long?
22.
22 years.
22 years.
Okay, great. This is great. What's the best piece of relationship advice that you can give us or you've received?
I mean, there is no secret answer. I mean,
Okay.
people could say like, "Oh, do this, do that." I mean, majority of divorces happen over money. I would hope that wouldn't be. I mean, play broke, get somebody to love you. You know what I mean? For
you.
Okay. But after that, like, because life is gonna life, as we know.
We're born.
Communicate.
Okay.
It's okay to be vulnerable.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does vulnerable mean to you?
And I have to take my own advice, right?
Yeah.
Just a lot, letting someone know like that this, I think because we're in this machismo of being a man, like nothing bothers me. I just think that it's being able to communicate your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being vulnerable, like, hey, I feel some type of way about this.
Right.
Here's why. Or, this happened, and, like I said, just being vulnerable, telling that they matter, in good and bad times, right? Like also like, hey, not like like you always hear stuff, and I mean, I'm sure you scroll and see shit like I do. It's like, continue to date. I think that's valuable. You know what I mean? Making that other person a priority is huge. And also having, keeping it a buck, like having God in your life. Yeah. I think that having, a person that is, God fearing, and we don't all have the answers, but knowing that there's a higher power greater than us, I think that means a lot. Not just for show. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because we all can, go and post about whatever. But I mean, it's difficult in today's world, but I think that those, key components of communication, faith, and, dating. Yeah. Yeah. Keeping it good. Yeah. I feel like vulnerability is probably, to me, the highest form of strength. Yeah. Because you can show someone who you really are, your soft side, where you're, not powerful at. I think it's actually the opposite. I think you're super powerful when you're like, yeah, this is not my strength right here. It's like, oh, that's beautiful. I think we look at it as like, vulnerability can be construed into weakness. You're like, no. I would just disagree on because I think when you're vulnerable, you feel like you can be hurt. Of course. That's why that's the most powerful thing you could do. But I think that when you're okay with like, hey, it's going to be like, I'm going to be okay regardless. Right. Even if I am vulnerable, that's true power. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's true power. But I think that the reason why a lot of people aren't vulnerable is because like, I can be hurt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They may not receive XYZ or this communication or my transparency, vulnerability as like, they might just like, they might shit on it. They may shit on it. You crying on fidgeting at it. They can shit on it. They can shit on it for sure. They can shit on it for sure. And you're wide open at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you are in the space of going, man, I could be hurt right now. So now it makes sense, man. It makes sense. Let me see. In an ever constantly changing world, how do you keep yourself grounded? And how do you stay true to yourself? I think it's, I mean, like faith. Okay. I like that. I just think knowing who you are before it started, like what matters to you, what your values are, having, like putting, your family first and being a good person, helping out someone, like just, it's as simple as, one of the 10 commandments, love thy neighbor, or, treat golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated, live by that, work hard, like things, will work out. I think that's just what it is. Yeah. Man. What's something you haven't accomplished yet that you want to? Retirement. You want to be done with work? Man. Okay. I mean, I love it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Right, I love what I do, but I mean, just we talk about this journey, and it's been grinding since 17. Yeah, I mean, it's years. You know what I mean? Years, man. And it transitions from playing the game to the mental, aspect of it. Enjoy what I do, but I just look forward to not having to do it. I mean, it makes sense, man. I mean, honestly, I think every person can relate. Like, I love doing it, but I also don't want to do this forever. No, I don't know if there's anything I want to do forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, forever, you're like, nah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I want to do forever. It just seems like the opportunity of things changing allow me to be a new person, a new version of myself, So, what's the most surprising thing you learned about yourself? Most surprising thing. I'm kind of old, Khalil. I'm not surprised anymore.
No?
I mean,
kind of
just
old. I'm kind of old.
no. I mean, I would just say that, you know, given my barriers, like how I like not having the chaos of playing, like how much I like to learn.
Okay, got it. Like to learn. Yeah.
Like just like being a like a lifelong student.
Got it. A sponge.
Yeah.
What's your areas that you really love to dig into? As far as like your
History.
learning? History, yeah.
Don't remember it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Got to write it down.
Uh-huh.
You know, keep notes. But I'd say history, because I just think you learn so much from a person's like autobiographies.
Yeah.
Like you learn so much from people's lives, and just I think it's just a lot, especially like, you know, successful people. You just see that a lot of just hard work, a lot of stacking days, consistent, just working at it, like a lot of failure.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Has come, but also like we talked about, preparation meets hard work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a lot of grace, fortune, but it's because they didn't quit.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of things had to happen in their life. And I'm sure you've seen the reel where they talk about they're doing a TED talk, like, you know, we did 43 million people, and the one thing that stuck out was grit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's,
you know what I mean? And I'm summarizing.
yeah, no, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah,
but that's tenacity, tenaciousness, showing up, being consistent, stacking days, compound effect, 1% better.
Man.
The drudgery of that is big. Would you say you have like some go-to books? Like if I was like, hey man, your top 3 books, what would they?
I mean, I'm going to keep just the recent ones that I've read. I'm reading I don't remember the guy's name, but it was an autobiography I'm like quarter way through Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
I'll follow up and get to the date, but it's also read, who's the dude? I'm not going to say, they're going to clown me in the chat. But no, David Goggins.
David Goggins.
Yeah,
Can't Hurt Me?
Yes.
Can't Hurt Me. Yeah.
So that one, and then Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah. So those were 2 that I've probably read in like the last 5 years. Funny story about Robert Kiyosaki. So I was playing a golf tournament and didn't know who dude was. This was before he was.
Okay.
And he's talking about like he owns all this shit. I'm like,
right.
And I'm just so.
You're so you.
Bro.
You're so you.
I'm like, yeah, all right, that's cool, bro.
Sounds great. Anyway. Don't care at all.
Don't care.
Don't give a shit.
You know what I mean? It didn't even know.
Right.
Like
who you were next to.
Man, it was just.
I will say this, man. Like on a side note, man. I said this from the beginning. Like you've always been you, right? And it's not you in a way that's bad. Like you don't show up in any bad intention.
Yeah.
You just are you. Like you're living your life. You're not wowed by a lot of things, which is cool.
I mean, I think I've seen a lot of things.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like I've just seen a lot. Now, I mean, I'm just have a great poker face.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Like I think that's more what it is. But you know, like I just feel like I just remembered like when I'm reading this book, I'm like, damn, this is the dude
That's the dude you were hanging out with,
bro. But I like because it teaches about just diverse investing.
Yep.
You know, just diversifying options, stuff like that.
And even way to see the world, man. You see the world totally different when you were raised by
a different lens.
Different lens, man. Perspective.
And then also with the David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me, just very similar lifestyle.
Yo.
Like what he endured, what he went through, what he had to live through.
It's funny, those two exact books, Can't Hurt Me and Rich Dad Poor Dad, came up on 2 podcasts ago. Same suggestions.
Oh, wow.
Same ones that came up.
Yeah.
I was like, that's incredible, bro.
Yeah,
those are big ones. Let me see here. What's one piece of advice you wish you could have gave yourself?
Soon as I got some bread, start investing.
Invest early.
Like whether it be an IRA or any type of retirement vehicle.
Yeah.
You're fortunate. You don't know you're going to be vested in the league,
right?
But you also can't touch it till you're 45 or 55 or 65.
Wow.
So, just the money's then. I mean, speaking about investing, one of the best decisions I ever made came from OG Emmitt Smith.
Okay.
And
shout out to Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. Big ups, 22.
Yeah.
So we were, we got our deferrals at the time, and we get little stools, like we're sitting on for our lockers. And I mean, at the time, you're 22, 23, money spent, bro.
Yeah. That money's already spent. Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Denali's having rims.
I saw bro, I was just about to say the rims on the Denali, bro.
I'm about to get a new Averex.
Bro, did you an Averex in of all places, Arizona?
I was traveling with every color of Timbos.
Bro, did you have the flip up TV in your Denali, or was that G Hayes?
No,
I think G Hayes had
No. I wasn't gonna change the inside.
Don't go outside.
So Emmett's like, like I said, we get these deferrals. It's like a couple of days in a row. I'm just crumbling it up, throw it away.
Yeah.
And he's like, every day I come back, it's flattened out, putting on my stool.
It's a referral?
It's like a deferral.
A deferral. What is
you're deferring your money to go into your 401k.
Okay.
Like for defined contribution. So you're defining the amount. So you're electing the deferral
How
amount.
much? So you're basically electing what to put away. It's
correct.
Okay,
like a percentage of your income.
Got it.
So you could do max, 1, 5, whatever. But at the time, the NFL did 2 to 1.
Okay. What does that mean? They're matching?
2 to 1. Up to, and I think we had like 14 something. I don't remember exactly, but it was, and it didn't even make sense to me, bro. No one had talked to me about it. I was a college grad and went through everything, but no one really had talked to me about, I grew up in, a union labor home.
Right.
You worked on pension. You worked and earned I assumed everybody,
worked the same way.
Worked and got a pension. Just thought that's what it was. I was ignorant. And he's like, bro, one day he came up, he's like, this is free money, dog. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, every $1, they give you 2.
How,
best decision I made at
Isn't
23.
that crazy, man? Emmitt Smith came late, kind of like later to your journey in the NFL.
And I didn't know, like at the time, I'm like, and tell you how you talk about you don't know.
Yeah.
At the time I was sick.
Okay.
Because I felt like I was that guy. Me and Ship, like it was like,
I remember that.
I was like, fine, Ship, you could take majority of it as long as I get some some touches.
Some touches,
you know what I mean? Like whatever. Like he was a guy, bro. He was nice. Ship was a nice ass running back, bro. I mean, as good as it gets. I'll just leave it at that.
Love.
Watching him play, like scoring touchdowns over Junior Seau, I'm like, man, damn, I ain't never getting this football field, bro. Never, you know what I mean? But just talking how the Lord works, same game he scores, a touchdown over Junior Seau. Coach is like, he sprained his whatever.
Yeah.
You're starting next week.
Yeah. Wow.
Starting.
Who do y'all play that next week? Do you remember?
Carolina Panthers, number 1 defense in the.
This is Julius Peppers days.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a squad, bro.
I remember. I'm getting off topic, but we'll come back to that. Just remind me about that. So speaking of Emmett, so he's like, bro, it's 2 to, you know what I mean?
2 to 1, bro.
So I remember being sick about that. So now every time, like I look, I'd like check my account. I'm like, wasn't all that bad.
Right. Yeah. Good thing you got it.
Because I would have, no one ever said that. In the team, you know what I mean? No one on the team. And I room with him, and he would be like, yo, invest in this. He's like, do this, and just set it and forget it. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
I trust you because you got bread. He's the only dude I ever seen with a Lamborghini.
Yeah. Yo, so remember I asked you, like, what's the best piece of advice you got? It's funny, like, that moment right there was a perspective shift. Because it's paying you now. It didn't pay you in your 20s. It's going to pay you.
It ain't paying me now.
No, it's going to pay you when you need it most.
Yeah. Well,
possibly.
I just look at it as like, like you got a daughter, might have to pay for a wedding, you know what I mean? Or, make sure that she's good or whatever it may be.
Whatever comes, right? Whatever comes, bro.
But making that decision 20 years ago, one of the best things ever.
Stacking, bro. That's lovely. That's lovely. Do you have a mental health practice? Like to keep yourself,
working out.
Okay, working out.
I'd say hit some cardio. Not always with music on. Just to hear yourself and just go through it. I think it helps anybody.
I love that.
Process your thoughts and think clearly.
I love that, bro. I got a couple more questions for you, and I'll get you out of here, man. What do you think the world needs more of right now?
Love.
And then what's on your bucket list?
Bucket list? What does that mean? Define
like the things you want to do before you pass on. Like, is there something that you like, man, I got to do this before I pass on?
Crazy as it sounds, man, just be a grandfather.
Be a grandfather. Oh, man, that's cool, bro.
Like I just see how my parents love my kids, or how my in-laws love the and it's shit that you can't even.
I think that's beautiful, man.
Like,
I mean, it's beautiful, bro.
I mean, so we got kind of everything that we want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm fortunate right now. I got like I'm a grandpup. My son brought home a dog from college. So, and I mean, he's amazing. Right. But, just to see, I don't know, it's just different because I felt like you're just, like, having kids young, I just feel like you're tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I felt like that's how it was. And then to see my parents, how they are with my kids and how my, in-laws are with, our kids, like, it's wild, bro. It's like a love that you can't
imagine. Yeah. I really look forward to that, man. I know DA and I have talked about this many times. Yeah. I'm 45, DA's 45, right? So, and I've mentioned to him prior to this conversation, and we just talked about today as well, and I was like, man, I'm late. I said this to you a while ago. I said, I said to DA, I was like, man, I'm really late in the game. He goes, you're right on time. And that advice to me, I want to make sure I give you this right now, bro. That advice was so for me. Because, I'm 45, bro. It's like, oh, when you're gonna have kids, you're gonna have like a baby, right? Like at 45, 46, whatever age it happens, right? And I said to you, like, yeah, man, I'm behind the 8 ball. Like, everyone else's kids is like grown up and they in college or going, they're in high school or whatever. And you were like, it's perfect. And I remember you asked me, I don't know if you remember this. You said, what else do you need to do or want to do with your life? And I was like, not much. He goes, it's the perfect time. You remember this conversation? You're like, it was the perfect time. And this is the conversation you had on the back of that. Because I'm looking at you like, what you mean perfect time, bro? Like, I want to be able to run around and play. Like, you keep yourself in shape, you'll be fine. It'll be fine. You can have kids forever. I was like, but I want to be a present father. And then you gave me perspective. You said, I had my kids in the 20 and you and Marcel were still going out having fun. You're like, the hardest part was for me to go, I got to stop doing this. Yeah. So now I don't have a desire to go nowhere. I'm not trying to go to pool parties and be hanging out.
You're a different person, bro.
I only want to be
present. Bro, think about how amazing that would be.
Yo, I only want to be an awesome companion and an awesome dad.
Not to make it about, pivot it to you, but just like you told me, like, what that feels like not to have one.
Not to have one.
So imagine.
And that's all I want to do, bro. I mean, bro, I want to give all this away.
You will.
I want to give it all away.
And I think that's, I try to start him back, work out with my son, and he goes to this gym up in like Tempe, Scottsdale or something. And the dude, and he's, I feel like he's 50 or something, but he's got like a 4-year-old.
Right.
He was like, and it seemed, he's a former bodybuilder, and it seemed like he wasn't even planning to have kids, but he's like, the best thing I ever did.
Got it.
He's like, I'm like, yeah, because I feel like you're at a place. I think for men, like, we don't get it together till around 40, bro.
Yeah, I would say.
Ish.
So. Yeah, ish.
You know what I mean? Until we're like, especially coming from that environment, that competitive environment, like, like you can't, everything that you just said about being able to give yourself, being able to pour into somebody, like, that's what a dad is. Yeah. And to be able to fully, commit to that without, thinking I got to provide or do X, Y, and Z. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's important.
It is important, man. I appreciate those words, man. They live on with me often. I have to like remind myself, like, it's okay. Like, you're not behind, bro. It's your journey. You're right on time for your journey. So I definitely want to say I appreciate that again, man. Yeah, bro. I really don't even know what else to ask you, man. I want to say thank you for being on the podcast. You were nominated by Marcel. And the question he asked, let me make sure I remember the question he asked. He said, I want you to ask him, what kept you laser focused? That was the question. What keeps you laser focused?
To this day? Or?
Yep, to this day. Current.
I just think it's responsibility. The responsibility of providing for others in addition to being a high achiever.
Okay.
I just think that's not being aware of my own, maybe hurdles, impediments, and knowing that I gotta work. Always feeling like that I have to work twice as hard to be just as good. Yeah. It's ingrained.
Yeah, I heard that, bro. I heard that growing up. My mom told me that. Yeah. You ain't gotta run twice as fast to be equal. And I was like, I'm the fastest kid on the playground. She's like,
that's not what I meant.
That's not what I meant at all. Yeah. Man, it's been a pleasure, DA, Damien Anderson, former Cardinal and a close friend. I call you family, bro. Yeah, I absolutely call you family. I want people in the chat to let us know what things you liked and what things you want to see more of. But the reason that this podcast exists is because many of us are going through reinvention, and we are more similar than we are different. There's a lot of things out there that are divisive, that are, oh, well, you're black and you're white, or you're this party or that party, or you're a female or male. Listen, we are more similar than we are different. And so if you can check in with us and tune in and get some kind of maybe some hope, some change or perspective shift. But truth, transparency, and vulnerability can unlock anything. Keep on grinding. I want to make sure I say this. We are more alike than we are different. But let me say that the intro music is by Excentrax. I finally said that right because I've been saying it wrong all this time. Excentrax, my boy from college, Carmen Collins. And then the outro music is by Kevin Clinton. I also want to ask if you guys can like and subscribe. Okay, we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and that will promote the business and promote the podcast heavily. And that's when we can actually get monetized. And so doing all this, obviously not to just get monetized, but doing it all for a reason. So I'm asking you to subscribe, share it with your friends. But once again, thanks for being on The Real with Khalil. Thanks for checking in. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Real talk.
My God, man. Thank you. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. Yo, like, it's one of those things, man. You just, you never know. And we don't get to sit down and have these conversations, as men.